the Scoops. I'm Davey D, and joining me right now on the couch is District 20 State Senator Kurt Fevella. Hello, brother.
Hey, good to see you. Long time no see you, my brother.
I remember the senator from when you had helped tow my car one time back in the day.
Not really tow.
Not really tow. We'll talk about that story about why. But mahalo for being here. You had a press conference today at 12 noon, and in which you urged the community and legislative leaders to take action to address the rampant rise of gun use and gun violence. So let's split up those two factions. Let's talk about the community leaders first. How will they help to curb gun violence?
So the thing is, Davey, we as you elected officials and community leaders, especially because we was elected by the people for the people. The bottom line is we got to be sincere. We cannot just take the position and have meetings and have working groups and everything. Coming in the square building and having these kinds of talks in one room is not going to benefit nobody. Mm-hmm. You have to go out there in the trenches. And if you're not from the community, sometimes you never grew up in the community, so you don't know what a trench is.
Right.
But then when you get community leaders that are not elected trying to guide you, then you get defenses and territorial. And it shouldn't be like that. It's never about our position. It's not about who's right and who's wrong, who's the elected official in the district or not. Is that how are we going to solve an issue that's right now being, I don't like to say an epidemic, but it's coming a trend. Mm-hmm. And the trend needs to stop.
Right.
No matter what happens in the community, no matter what's being said, if we truly want to heal our state and stop the gun violence, we need to first work together and believe and trust in the people that grew up in the community, grew up in the hood, that know, hey, uncle is the one that, get the guns, or cousin over there is the one making the guns, or, they're hiding the guns here. So trust in the process. And they got to trust in the people, most important.
Absolutely, the trust, but they also got to feel like they're protected, and they're not like, outing somebody and they might get hurt. So how do you work with your colleagues in the Senate to ensure that everybody's safe?
Yeah, so the bottom line is, we're not asking them to go out there and, break up green rooms and, and stop drug dealers. It's not for everybody, but you can reach out to people that can reach out to the right people to get it done. And if you don't feel safe, that's the reason why the people that want to turn in the gun, nobody know their name. So if that's not your forte, find other people that is. And you got to understand, from last year, when the shootings all started and everything like that, we had community members reached out to different elected officials. We're not going to put anybody on the spot, but they did ask, and the meetings was canceled because they didn't want certain individuals because of their background. And that's the thing, Davey. Just because a person didn't have a pretty background and they're accusing them for something, doesn't mean that they don't have a good information to offer. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's the best people you want, right? Most police officers that was, kind of kalohe, they're the best officers today because they can relate to the people, right? I mean, just like me, I'm an elected official, so I can relate to the people, right? I'm not saying that not everybody do that, but that's how we're going to start the healing, that we need to trust the residents that grew up, and I'm going to say this again, people that grew up all their life in the community that have influence, even though maybe grandma, uncle, sister, brother don't like getting involved, but they had something to offer. And then you protect them by not going out there and say, oh yeah, auntie and uncle and go squeal on you. No, I have a concern. I know you might have some stuff that you're doing. Let's work it out before you get in trouble. See, I'll explain this. So we don't have bad kids out there. We don't have bad kids. We don't even have bad people. But what will happen is that they made bad choices. But these people, none of these people intend to do this kind of, the glorifying shooting and hurting people is just society now, But if we take our kids back into the room and then we try to educate them, or even like with auntie and uncle not there, or mommy and daddy not there. Back in the day, we was out there, any community member would come and malama you. And that's how we do that in our communities that we work on. But if we don't do that, and we think every single kid on a moped, every single kid at the beach, one person that wearing one pants too low, that they're all bad, then we're judgmental.
Right.
We're never going to be able to heal.
Well, I thank you so much, Senator Favella, for taking the time out to come visit us and stop by, and for starting this conversation. We appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
And
Thank
if
you.
people want to get a hold of you, your office, or send you videos, where can they do that?
Yeah, well, you can just call me 808-864-4634, or you can send something to my office. But I'm very easy to get a hold of. I'm on social media a lot. Kurt Fevella, Ever Beach. You can message me, and we're all good. I'll be out there.